Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Farah Adlin binti Nazim, metric number 1628346. So this is a video presentation that will be talking about the project and the processes that I have done in this project for project management in IT for the assignment of doing website for my client, which is SOCASA, Secretariat of Sociology and Anthropology. Alright. So in this video, I will be dividing this video into three parts. So the first part is about the project timeline and also project life cycle. In the second part is the project execution, which is the plan versus the actual. And also in the final part, I will be talking about the lessons that I have learned by doing this project. So for the first part, which is project timeline and project life cycle, basically there are 6 milestones that we need to reach. So the first milestone is client approval, where we need to search for client, and after the client agrees, so they actually sign a form to show that they're actually willing to become our client. So in my case, it's the Secretariat of Sociology and Anthropology, which is SOCASA. And then the second milestone is user requirement validation, where I actually documented what the client has specified, what they require to be in their website. And then in the third milestone is design approval. So in this stage, I do a mock-up of the website and then send the design to the client. And then during the fourth milestone is user acceptance completion. So after finish with the design, I proceed to create the website and then give to the client for them to test, and then they test it. And then after tested and the test is successful, so I have the user test script. So the fifth and the sixth milestone include the project closing and project submission. So after the product is done, the website is done, so I hand the product to the client, and then we sign the form that shows that the project is successfully closed. And project submission include the documentation, which include the project report, as well as the submission of video, which include the one that I'm recording right now. So next is project life cycle. As we know, project life cycle include project initialization, project planning, project execution, and project closing. So during project initialization is actually when I actually approach several societies in IIUM. So I approach them through Instagram, and Alhamdulillah, SOCASA actually accept my offer. So I actually select them as my client. And during the planning part is where I actually discuss with the client and where I collect requirements from them. I ask them what do they want in their website, and they tell me what do they want and how they want it to be done. And during the execution part is where I design the mock-up, I develop the website, and we do the testing of the website. And during project closing is where we do the documentation as well as the presentation of the project. Alright, so now moving on to the second part, which is project execution. So plan versus actual. So according to my initial plan is that I plan to use Wix to develop this website, as I am more used to using Wix. And also I expect, since I am dealing with a society, they are able to provide me all of the details, so the details should be completed. And also because there is a schedule for this project, I expect that I can actually follow the schedule. So that was the plan, right? But how it actually turned out, so instead of using Wix, I actually use Google Site, because that's what the requirement. That's the requirement where we need to use Google Site. All of the students need to use Google Site. And I am actually thankful that we need to use Google Site, because it's actually quite easy and simple to use. And the second part is that some of the details are not complete. For example, the mission and vision, but it's still okay because it does not really affect the content of the website as a whole. And the third thing is that I didn't manage to 100% follow the schedule, because both my client and I are students. So there are times when we have other assignments, so we cannot really follow schedule 100%. But Alhamdulillah, so far I still managed to deliver all the deliverables within the time that has been given. Alright, so the final part, which is the lesson learned. So there are several lessons that I have learned by doing this project. So the first lesson is insight and experience. So doing this project in general has given me insight and also experience on how a real life project works, because we actually learn the project management in IT using theories in class. But when doing it in real life, I actually able to understand and relate more. So it is very exciting and also nerve-wracking at the same time. I also gain a better understanding about SOCASA, because as a fellow human science student, I don't really know what SOCASA is before this. But after doing this project, I managed to know better, to know more about them. Okay, and then the second lesson is time management. So as I mentioned earlier, because both my client and I are students, it's important for us to set a schedule that can actually comply to both our schedule. So the third lesson is also time management. So because I'm doing this project alone, it makes me realize how I need to properly manage my time properly in order to be able to actually do all the works. Because if I am doing it with a partner, I can actually divide the task. But because I'm doing it alone, I need to do everything. So I need to properly manage my time. But regardless of that, although it's quite hard and tough at the beginning, I'm actually enjoy doing it alone. And yeah, I'm also proud that I managed to finish this product on my own. So I think that's all for the video. Thank you.